Hey, church! Happy Wednesday. Look, the sun is out and shining. That's rare. Bask in it now. Run outside and see the glorious golden goodness before it goes away tomorrow and we get drenched with like an inch and a half of rain. Okay, so this week, lots going on. I've got several things to tell you about. Here we go. One is a number of folks really like the forward day by day booklets, both the big, kind of larger print version, the small, kind of booklet size ones. We get those every month because Forward Movement is great. It's also from Cincinnati. It's also where we get the Anglican Cycle of Prayer. Bit of odd history trivia for you there. And every day's got prayers and wonderful reflections. Those books usually are available in the Narthex, but since we can't get to the Narthex, guess what? They're outside in the box that says, need a BCP? Have a BCP. So if you'd like to swing by the church outside on the kind of porch of the church and grab one of those, feel free to do so and enjoy. Those will be out there probably starting today, tomorrow, so come on by and grab one if you'd like. Two is that the funeral for our brother in Christ, John Cullinane, will be tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We had previously said 10 o'clock, but that was wrong. So it's going to be at 11 o'clock. It's going to be live streamed. So, and just for the family for that. But we would love to have as many people as possible log on at 11 o'clock to be a part of the service, which is going to be great and glorious, celebrating John's life and the gift he was to a lot of us on this earth. Number three is we have an update from the diocese about the diocesan convention. With COVID-19 and all the things going on with that, the diocese is doing something different. There'll be live in person. Some things have to be done in person. Some things can be done remotely. And it's going to be a one-day event in the fall at Redeemer in Baltimore. It's kind of be a hybrid of being in person, but also things that can be done over the course of time with live stream events and things like that. So just know that COVID-19 is changing how we're doing a lot of things, and running of the diocese is no exception. Almost finally, actually, you know what? No, let me say what the next thing next. Please join me in congratulating Hae Sung, our wonderful organist and choir master. She has been asked to serve on the executive committee for the Annapolis chapter of the American Guild of Organists. This is kind of a big deal and wonderful recognition for both her work as an organist and in the way that she's come along, but also the new things that she's brought to St. Martin's. She was on a call the other day talking about some of the things with this group of people, with the AGO from Annapolis, and they recognized all the wonderful things that she's doing ahead of what a lot of people are doing. Like, people aren't doing like hymn sings, which, by the way, we're doing on Zoom on Thursdays. So go ahead and sign up for that as part of the next big thing during the great 50 days of Easter. But a lot of people are just looking at her and seeing a lot of the innovative work that she's doing and giving her some well-deserved praise and asking her to be a part of some of the leadership of that. So that's pretty great. So congratulations to her. Zip her an email or send her a note or give her a call and tell her, or a text, and tell her good job, because that's really cool. And finally, a lot of people have been asking me, well, not a lot, okay, so a couple of people have asked me about the background here. This is in my living room, and what in the world is that thing that's behind you? So what in the world that thing is behind me? And I'm going to see if I can do this. Okay, I'm going to tilt this up a little bit and lower my head down. This is a late 19th, early 20th century Chinese wedding robe that has been in Katie's family since about the 1970s, early 1970s. Her father purchased it at a church rummage sale, kind of like the White Elephant sale, but it was going to be they were fundraising for, he was, for those of you who don't know, he's the reason why we have the hymnal 1982, and was the editor-in-chief of that, or general editor, I think is the right term. But one of the things that he did is took choirs to England. And so they were having this was going to be one of the auction items, and he went ahead and just bought it before it went on auction, where it sat in their house for many years from 1970. In fact, it never got hung. They had always wanted to do this. And so finally, when they gave it to Katie, maybe about 10 years ago, she said, darn it, we're going to hang it. So she hung it. And it's gorgeous and beautiful, and it's all handmade, and it is just fantastic. And so that's what is behind me, and that's kind of the story behind it. So there you go. Now, for those of you who have had your curiosity piqued, now find that satiated. So look, it's a great Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. The last thing I will say is thank you for all those who have given to St. Martin's over the course of this time since we've been kind of in COVID-19 mode and not been able to see each other face to face. Thank you for those people who have gone ahead and clicked on the link either to text or to make a contribution to the workings of the church because we've not stopped working. In fact, we've been working harder than ever and doing new things, and sometimes it takes a lot more effort and energy, staff and manpower to make, woman power to make that happen. So thank you for you to continue to support the work of the church so that we can both meet the needs of our community of St. Martin's, but also the needs of the community at large. So please continue to give generously, and thank you for the gifts you've given. And I can't wait for us to finally be back together again, to see one another face to face for real instead of like from my living room. But it looks like that's going to be a little bit longer than we had thought as all the news is rolling out. So as we know more and as the diocese presents us with more information, I will certainly let everybody know as kind of what they're thinking about things. But until then, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and I hope it's a great one. And I send you wonderful love and peace and God's blessings from my house. All right, there you go. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.